Okay, it's 10 o'clock. We'll call this meeting of the Jefferson County Water Authority to order. Roll call, please.
Kevin Dennis, Mark Johnson, Jim Caston, Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Greg Camp
Here.
and Matt Unrein.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have several sets of minutes to approve. Those being the regular board meeting of March 17th. We have a special meeting on April 13th and the closed minutes from April 13th.
You want to do them all together?
That's fine.
I'll make a motion that we approve the regular board meeting minutes of March 17th, 2022, the special meeting minutes of April 13th, 2022, and the closed session minutes of April 13th, 2022, as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please. I'll just do. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Old business, there is a report in there, progress report from Burns and McDonnell on the collector well. I had a chance to talk with Brian and Katie and Dana with Burns and Mac earlier this week. The job trailer is on site, hooked up and ready to go. They've been working on what they call the dead man, which is the footing that they pour to be able to start the construction of the collector well itself or the caisson. So things are moving along pretty good. Does anyone have any questions there?
No. You want to pay the bills?
Oh, thanks, Terry. I jumped ahead. Item 5, approval of bills on the agenda this evening or this afternoon, $369,275.48.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills as presented.
Second.
Roll call.
Matt Unrein.
Yes.
Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Kevin Dennis, Jim Caston and Greg Camp.
Yes. All right, sorry. Well, the first item on under old business, the collector well progress report. Anyone have any questions on the information presented by Burns and Mac?
No.
Okay, we'll jump ahead. Also, the 2022 internal control meeting. I know Terry and Matt have both had a chance to visit and look. Anything you wanted to share that wasn't included in our packets?
Nope, I'm good.
Nothing particularly. I will say that it's very, very thorough. That, you know, what we look at and what rigors that we put the finance department through and the plant manager through are pretty intense. They have to jump through a lot of hoops to make sure that everything's being done right, and I believe that it is.
Okay.
I agree.
Also under old business, the new purchasing policy is still being reviewed. I know we did comment on those at our last meeting, the one in March. So we'll have some additional information coming to you at the May meeting. Under new business, an independent consultant report, there's a recommendation from our insurance carrier that we have an evaluation of the existing plant and collector well to get an updated appraised value on that so that our insurance coverages are adequate. Tony Becker with Custom Insurance recommended that Goodwin Brothers could do that at a no charge and give us at least a number to work off of. If everyone's comfortable with that, we would need a motion.
Make a motion that we approach the Goodwin Brothers to do independent appraisal of our existing plant.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, very good.
I like 0.
Yeah, zeros are nice. All right. Moving along, there's a staff report on the change order from Durkin on the SCADA system. This would allow 2 additional client licenses and 2 additional operator workstation PCs. The change order would amount to $10,401.82.
Make a motion, we approve change order number 2 on the SCADA upgrade. For
Second.
the amount of 10,000.
40182.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Kevin Dennis, Mark Johnson,
Yes.
Terry Thomas,
Yes.
Greg Camp,
Yes.
Mark Johnson, and Jim Caston. Oh, I had Mark Johnson in there twice.
What about me?
Who did I leave? Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they say, vote early and vote often. So there you go, Mark. Next under new business is the disposal of assets. There's some items requested to be sold. One is the 2000 Chevy. Yes,
We
ma'am.
have, the next item on our agenda was the email correspondence.
Oh, okay. Thank you for catching that. Disposal of email correspondence for the plant manager's personal email account, the JA Water account, that's a Gmail account, for any email correspondence older than a year. I will give an update to that. We did establish a jeffcowater.com email that is now owned by us. And we will have control. So if there's any personnel changes moving forward, we don't have to worry about going through this process. Everything will be owned by the water authority at that point. So this would be what is on Jamie's personal email account that would be older than a year.
Do we have to keep the DNR correspondence for, I believe it's 5 years, so we'll need hard copies of that stuff.
And anything that we receive from DNR, they would have sent to us also in a hard copy. So we do have all of that. But it would be anything that Jamie has in his Gmail account that would be older than a year.
Do you need a motion for that, Greg?
Yes, please.
I would make a motion that we dispose of any email correspondence for plant manager's personal email account to JCWA email correspondence over.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Now, disposal of assets. There's the 2000 Chevy 3500. It's no longer in use. And then we have some items that have been replaced that are no longer functional and would just need to be scrapped, listed in your packets there. So if everyone's comfortable with what's listed here, we would proceed with getting these items either sold or scrapped.
One thing, Greg, I'd be happy to entertain allowing JCWA to sell these items along,
Purple Wave.
coincide with our Purple Wave. We've got a guy coming in town this week, I believe, either later this afternoon or tomorrow, that's going to look at our stuff. I could send him over to the JCWA, take a look at that truck and some other stuff, put it on Purple Wave. It's an eBay style of website that sells municipal, county, and state assets. We got $50,000 worth of proceeds last year from our sale from city assets. So they do a good job.
It's turned out to be a very effective way to dispose of the assets. So we could put the Chevy in on the Purple Wave if
Yeah.
everyone's agreeable to that.
I did ask Jamie about the pumps, and he's got them all there in that little shed as you pull up to the building, the old ones. And I asked him, is there a value for these pumps? Should we also sell those on a Purple Wave or something like that? And he said the problem with the pumps is the man buying them, you can't hook a 3-phase electric source to them and test them. So you have no idea whether they're got 1,000,000 hours on them or if they have 2,500 hours on them. And so really they're just scrapped. And so that was his advice. I can talk to the Purple Wave people and see if they've got any luck with those too, but that's what Jamie told me. So I was going to pass that along with you guys.
Well, I think if Purple Wave has had some success in selling these, it'd be better than scrap price. And possibly. And the nice thing about Purple Wave is we do not have to necessarily accept the bid. So if the bid comes in lower than something that we would want to sell it for, I think we could sell it for someplace else, we can reject the offer.
I think we can make a minimum. Yeah.
Okay. So is everyone okay with trying to utilize Purple Wave to the best of our ability to get rid of the truck and some of these other items that might have an actual value?
Works for me.
Okay. Would you like to make that a motion?
I'll make that a motion.
Okay.
I will second.
Roll call. Disposal of assets.
Greg Camp,
Yes.
Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Jim Caston,
Ma'am.
Matt Unrein.
Yes.
Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Kevin Dennis.
Okay. Next up, item 8 on the agenda are resolutions. We have resolution number 2022-37, which is to repeal and adopt the revised internal control policy. I would need someone to make a motion to introduce for first reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, very good. Clerk, Michelle, would you please read the bill?
A resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority of Festus, Missouri, accepting the recommended revisions to the internal control policy. Incorporated said internal control policy as part of this resolution, repealing all resolutions or parts of resolution in conflict herewith and establishing an effective date.
Any discussion? Nope. As you recall, this is based off the recommendations from the auditor. This and the next actual resolution will be based on those recommendations from the auditors. Hearing no comments, I would entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second. All the time, Jim, you're gonna do that too.
Motion and a second roll call, please.
What I do?
Nothing.
Matt Unrein.
Yes.
Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Greg Camp.
Yes.
Kevin Dennis. Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Jim Caston.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Next, of course, is, as we were just mentioning, the second resolution. This one has to do with our fixed asset policy. It's resolution 2022-38. If anyone would like to make a motion to introduce.
Make a motion to introduce resolution 2022-38 for its first reading entirely, no, by title only. Sorry.
Yeah, please don't do that.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
A resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority of Festus, Missouri, accepting the recommended revisions to the fixed asset policy. Incorporated said fixed asset policy as part of this resolution, repealing all resolutions or parts of resolutions in conflict herewith, and establishing an effective date.
If there's no discussion, we would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to adopt resolution number 2022-38.
Second.
And a roll call?
Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Kevin Dennis. Greg Camp.
Yes.
Jim Caston. Matt Unrein.
Yes.
And Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Also under new business is resolution 2022-39. This is to allow us to execute the change order with Durkin. Would anyone like to introduce this resolution?
Make a motion, we introduce resolution 2022-39. By title only.
Title only? I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. Michelle?
Can't talk. Resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the chairman to enter into and execute a contract, change order number 2 with Durkin Equipment Company Incorporated for supplying licensing and operating workstations, and incorporating said change order as part of this resolution, prescribing the conditions thereto and establishing an effective date.
Motion to adopt resolution 2022. Oh, you want to see if we want to discuss it?
Yeah, well, it's been discussed, but
Resolution number 2022-39.
Second.
roll call, please.
Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Jim Caston.
Yeah.
Greg Camp.
Yes.
Matt Unrein.
Yes.
Kevin Dennis. And Terry Thomas.
Yes.
On to reports. We have a report for the period ending 3/31/22. That's for information only. That includes the trial balance, general ledger, cash activity, and the revenue and expenditure report. There is also Jamie's final plant manager report there. He does say some nice things there at the end if you had a chance to read it. But says some very nice things and thanked us for the opportunities and experiences that gave him throughout his time with JCWA. Thank you and best wishes, which I think is nice of him to include there at the end. So anything from the board of directors?
Nope, I'm good.
Terry, Jim, Matt, Mark, I don't have anything else to add. With that, I would entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Missouri law for the purpose of dealing with matters related to personnel under RSMO 610-021 subsection 3.
So made.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jim Caston,
Yes, ma'am.
Matt Unrein.
Yes.
Kevin Dennis, Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Greg Camp,
Yes.